Hello guys, welcome, greetings from wherever you are watching. I hope you are doing well. So, from where we had left in our previous video or previous lesson, let us continue from there. So, we left it at where we were supposed to tackle the concept number 2 or concept number 2, where both rate and compound interest are involved in a question of higher purchase price. So, usually both rate okay, we talked of both rate and compound interest. Now, usually both rate and compound interest are tested a lot, but mostly rate will always be asked in this type of a question. So this part is connected to concept number 1, which I can recall very well telling you that whenever an examiner is asking you, or whenever an examiner asks you something to do with the rate, get rate, we don't apply this formula that simple interest is equal to PRT whole over 100. You don't apply this formula to get rate. I am warning you again. I am telling you again. You don't apply this formula to get rate. Rather, there is a formula being used. And which formula is that? Amount is equal to principal into 1 plus R all over 100 raised to power n. What does A represent, or what does A stands for? Amount. P for principal, R for rate, and n to the number of months or the number of years. Okay? Right, all right. So, let's take an example where both rate and compound interest are involved in a question of higher purchase price. So kindly, if you have your mathematical equipment, I mean the calculator, the pen, the book, whatever, so you will kindly note this down. The cash price of a cooker is 27,500 shillings. A customer opts to buy the cooker on higher purchase terms by paying a deposit of 17,250 shillings. Determine the monthly rate of compound interest charged on the balance if the customer is required to repay by 6 equal monthly installments of 2,100 Kenyan shillings each. If I were you, I would have repeat the video, note down the question, and together we'll be somewhere. Now, there's a key thing you as a learner you have to do in that particular question I've just read. In that particular question, I would have underlined some important concept. The examiner is asking me to get the monthly rate, not just rate, but the monthly rate. And remember, I told you which formula should be used. We don't apply the formula of simple interest is equal to PRT over 100. No. Now, remember, here we have compound interest. together with the rate. They've given us compound interest, but they want us to get rate. So how do we go about this question? Before you do anything in that question, remember I told you to write down those abbreviations. We have what, if you can remember? Cash price, principal, deposit, we have cash price, principal, hire purchase price, deposit, balance, installment, period, and carrying charge. Now, I told you carrying charge is the same as interest. I told you balance is the same as amount. And I told you deposit is the same as monthly balance. Monthly balance. So let's read the question as we fill out the gaps that are there. The cash price of a cooker is 27,500 shillings. We have our cash price here, guys. So that one is 27,500 Kenyan shillings. A customer opts to buy the cooker on hire purchase terms by paying a deposit of 17,250 Kenyan shillings. 17,250 Kenyan shillings. Determine the monthly rate. They want rate. Determine the monthly rate of compound interest on the balance if the customer is required to repay by 6 equal monthly installment. That 6 equal monthly installment is not installment, rather it is period. So that period is 6 months. 6 months. By 6 equal monthly installment of 2,000. So they've provided us with the installment, which is 2,100 Kenyan shillings. They want what? They want rate. And how do we get rate? With the formula I've given you, that amount is equal to principal into 1 plus r over 100 power n, if I'm not wrong. This one is what we shall use. I told you, amount is the same as balance. Then we have principal. We have rate, which they require, and we have the number of years, which is n, or the number of months, which is n. So how do I get amount? How do I get balance? From the formula I gave you earlier, I told you that there are 2 ways you can get balance. Number 1, balance is equal to hire purchase price minus deposit. But at some given point, hire purchase price could not be there. Like in this case, we don't have hire purchase price. So that formula of taking hire purchase price minus deposit is not working. Then I gave you the second option, which was taking installment times period. Now that one is available, and that is what we shall use to get our balance, which is also the same as amount, guys. Which is also the same as amount. Now, balance stroke amount equal to installment times period. So we have 2,100 multiplied by 6. Remember that we have no rate given here. So you don't convert your period to the number of years because there's no rate. You only convert something to months or something to years when the rate is involved. Get me very clearly. All right. Now, pressing 2,000, having, so we can have 21 multiplied by 6. We have 6 by 2, 12. Then we add those 2 zeros, having 12,600. So our balance, if you take 2,100 multiplied by 6, you get 12,600 Kenyan shillings. 600 Kenyan shillings. So we have amount. We already have it. We have principal. How do we get principal, guys? How do we get principal? You take cash price minus deposit. Take cash price minus deposit. Principal. So if you take 27,500, you subtract 17,250. Yeah, we shall have 0, 5, 4 minus 2, 2. Yeah, we have 0, and yeah, we have 10. 10,250. That is our principal. That is our principal. That is our principal. So let us substitute back with the formula. We have amount, which is the same as balance. So 12,600 is equal to principal. Our principal is 10,250. 10,250 into bracket 1 plus, they want us to get rate, and this is the right way to go. So that is rate all over what, guys? All over 100. Then remember, they want the monthly rate, so that means our N will remain to be 6 months. If the question read determine the annually rate, then our period will be 6 over 12, because they want the annual, the yearly rate. But in this case, they want the monthly rate. So that means our N will be just 6. All right. Okay. Let me get my calculator. We solve this together. Now, you do what here? You divide by 10,250, divide by 10,250. So this cancels this. So if we take 12,600 divided by 10,250, guys, we shall get this 1.229268293 equal to, then we have the bracket 1 plus r all over 100 power 6, guys, power 6. How do we remove this 6? How do we remove this 6? Very much easy. You get the sixth root. Remember, back in further logarithm, we discussed something to do with the root. I don't mean the root, but the root. Root, not root, but root. Not the root of name, but the root of mathematics. So get the sixth root. Get the sixth root of this. So remember this. Remember this sixth root will go away with the power 6. Alright, guys. So how do I press that sixth root in my calculator? You press 6, shift, then there's this symbol in your calculator. If you observe keenly, there's that symbol. Then press 6, then shift, then that symbol, then press the whole of this in your calculator. If you press the whole of that, we shall have 1.035000182, which equal to now 1 plus r over 100. All right. So 1 crosses the other side, it becomes minus. So this answer minus 1, we are having 0.035001819 equal to r over 100. Multiply both sides by 100. Multiply both sides by 100, guys. So what is our rate? Our rate will be, if I multiply that one by 100, I shall get 3.5001819 1954. Remember, they want rate, and rate is always expressed in percentage, but they wanted rate monthly, so we better indicate per month. That is 3.50018194% per month. That is our answer. Remember, if the question doesn't guide you, to what decimal places should you round up or round down, or when should you indicate, or to what significant figure should you leave your answer? If the question doesn't provide those, then you better leave your answer the way it is. You better leave your answer the way it is, because it will be more safe. Or maybe if it is a must for you to round off, or maybe round up, or maybe give it to any decimal places, or maybe truncate, then you must first of all write the whole answer. Then later, then down there, just after that your answer, maybe write 3.5% per annum, just after what you've written. But remember, with this answer, and you don't have this, you can be penalized. You can be given 2 marks if the particular question was 3 marks. But remember, writing this together with this, you will get the whole marks, the full marks, and you will be in a better position to score higher in mathematics. Okay? All right. Let us do one more question. Before we finalize it. But this one is more tricky, so I better discuss it after telling you something. We better talk about it after telling you something. Yeah, check on this. There's a question here which I'm leaving behind. We shall do it after I've told you some things. Now, check out at this question. Mr. MJ wants to buy a flat screen TV set on hire purchase. The cash price is 28,000. He can pay the cash price or make a down payment of 8,000 and 15 monthly installment of 2,000 shillings each. Calculate the rate of interest charged per month. Now, look at that question, guys. Remember, there's something I told you back when we were dealing with a concept where simple interest is involved in a question of HPP. I told you something, that simple interest is totally different from interest. Simple interest is totally different from the mention of the word interest alone. Hello? I hope you are getting what I'm saying. Before we tackle the question, I do encourage to write the abbreviations: cash price, principal, hire purchase price, deposit, balance, installment, period, and current charge. Remember, current charge is the same as interest. Balance is the same as amount, and the deposit is the same as monthly balance. Now let's read the question. Mr. MJ wants to buy a flat screen TV set on hire purchase. The cash price is 28,000. Here we have our cash price. The cash price is 28,000. Okay. He can pay the cash price or make a down payment. Down payment is the same as deposit. You don't have to fumble. What is down payment? No way. No. Down payment is the same as deposit. That first amount you pay before you are given anything is referred to as deposit. He can pay the cash price or make a down payment of 8,000 and 15 monthly. 15 monthly, that is a period of 15 months. Of 15 monthly installment of 2,000, installment has been given as 2,000 each. Calculate the rate of interest charged per month. They want rate. So remember, mention of the interest, that one is compound interest. That one is compound interest. So you should not be confused. Okay, guys. So how do I get rate? When interest in form of compound interest has been used? So amount is principal, amount equal to principal into 1 plus r over 100 power n. So how do I get amount? Remember, amount is the same as balance. Do not forget, amount is the same as balance. And how do I get balance? There are two ways. I told you, HPP minus deposit, but HPP is not applicable here because HPP is missing. So rather, we're going to apply installment times period. So if you take 15 times 2, you get 30. Then if you add those 3 zeros, that one is giving us 30,000. Equal to principal. How do I get principal? CP minus D. If you take 28,000 minus 8,000, that one is obviously 20,000. Look at how that question is easy. 20,000 equal to 1 plus. They want the rate. So rate all over 100. Remember they went per month. So that 15 is not affected. So we have 15. So now having your calculator, let's do it faster. So take 20,000, divide both sides by 20,000, divide both sides by 20,000. This cancel this. 3 0, 3 0, that. So having 3 divided by 2, that is 1.5. Now 1.5 equal to 1 plus r all over 100 power 15. How do I remove that power 15? You get the 15th root of everything. You get the 15th root of both sides. So this 15th root will cancel out the power. So how do I press 15th root in my calculator? Press 15, shift, then this symbol. I've been telling you it now and again. That symbol is there in your calculator. Just observe it. Just observe it very keen, you'll see. Then press 1.5. Having done that, on our left hand side, we shall have 1.027399659 equal to 1 plus r over 100. When r crosses the equal signs, it becomes minus. So we shall have 0.027399659 equals to r over 100. So what is our rate? Guys? So multiplying that one by 100, I shall get 2.7399 659,906% per month. So that's our answer. So if the question doesn't provide to what decimal, what should you leave your answer? You better leave it this way. Or if you don't want, write the full answer. Then just after the answer, you write your answer to whatever decimal places or significant figure you want to leave your answer. So that is that for today, and thank you very much, guys. Let us meet in the next part of our lesson. So thank you once again.